Welcome to our parents' basement. It's Thursday night and the mood is right. And it's not just any Thursday night. It is May the 4th. It is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
That's how you know you're a good Methodist. May the 4th be with you. And also with you.
Today.
Or
Anybody
Catholic.
that's Methodist will get that joke. Anyways, so we're here tonight. Gonna have a good time once again. I'm joined tonight by my man Charles. What's up, Charles?
What's up? How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm excellent. I am happy to be here. We are one short. Our general lead chair, the usual guy that's introducing the show, is he had an emergency come up and it's not going to be with us tonight, unfortunately. But Philip, our thoughts and prayers are with you, sir.
Yes.
So, anyways, tonight it is May the 4th. It is the day that even people that don't care are celebrating Star Wars. It's Star Wars Day. I'm a big fan. That kind of goes without saying. I'm more than average. I have a Jabba the Hutt looking at me right now and a Yoda. So that's their toys. It's not actually Jabba just solo. It's not going on right now. So anyways, Charles, you're a fan, right?
Oh yeah. I've got a lot of Star Wars toys. They're still in a box from the move. I haven't unboxed them yet. I actually, remember going to Toys R Us again, an R2D2, one of the action figures back in 1996. And riding home, I had a pretty nasty bike crash, all because of R2D2.
That'll happen.
My face is all covered in blood dripping down my face. Two things I was concerned about: R2D2 and my bike.
And how did they fare?
But bike seat was fucked up, so I was pissed off about that. So I slammed my helmet down on the ground, swearing.
So is this the one where somebody opened the door?
No, I was riding up. I was goofing around, I was riding up this hill. Turns the asphalt up. My front tire locked up on me. Superman over the front of the handlebars and face first into the pavement. That's how I got this nice scar right there, and ambulance ride.
Oh, you're gorgeous. Don't even worry about it. You grow a little hair. Chicks dig scars anyways, so it's a story to tell.
Yep.
So I want to welcome everybody that's joining us tonight on the YouTubes in the chat. What's up? So I'll just kind of jump right into it. Tonight we're going to talk about Star Wars. I guess it's a franchise. Some of our favorite things from the franchise. It's not just movies. It's books. It's comics. It's games. It's probably music. It's just such a wide thing. It touches every area of entertainment, I guess. So, Charles, what's some of your favorite things from the Star Wars, I guess, universe?
Of course, the action figures. I still got some of my original ones from the original toy line from like 1982, 1983. My Lando Calrissian and one of the Ewoks. I think it's the Chief Ewok.
Oh, okay. I can't remember his name right now either.
I don't remember his name.
I'm a bad fan. I'm drawing a blank.
All I know is Wicket.
I've got several, I've got the Hallmark ornaments, and I have all the little Ewoks and they all had names, but I guess it started probably in 1996. I started doing the Hallmark, whatever they call their ornament line. Anyways, I've started buying all the Hallmark ornaments every year, which started off really cool because it was like $15. Now I spend like $150 every Christmas for Star Wars ornaments. Because they talk and they play music and everything. It's a little ridiculous, but it's awesome. I enjoy it. That's all my tree is Star Wars, so it's cool. Some of my favorite stuff from the Star Wars, I guess, universe. Did you ever get into the expanded universe?
I never got the chance to do that.
When I was in college, I didn't have cable because I was cheap, so I got into reading a lot. I would read a lot, and I really got into the to the expanded universe, and I read a bunch. And I mean a bunch, not all the books, because there's an obscene amount of books out there.
There's hundreds, I think.
But I got into reading a lot of the after. I like the stuff that was after Return of the Jedi, which told more of the story, and I really got in. Instead, there was a lot of things that were in between, and a lot of other stuff that was like side stories, like maybe some stories from like Lando or something that weren't included in the books, or what was going on in between Empire and Jedi. But I like the ones that were after the after the Empire had been defeated, like the remnants of the Empire were out there. There's like the Grand Master Thrawn trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, it was Thrawn anyhow. Check that out. Disney made it all non-canon so they can make their own stuff. Obviously, we couldn't have the new saga if we had all this stuff, so I'm okay with that. I guess I'll have to be. But there's so many good stories out there, man.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten into that much reading. I never read too much.
So it was fun. It was something to do, and it was cheap. I could get, pay it was like $3. So I went to Books A Million and picked me up a Star Wars book. I'd do that, at least once a week, maybe every other week, or maybe twice a week. There was some really good stuff. I got into that whole new Jedi Order when Luke and Leia both had, well, not together, but they had kids. Like Leia and Han had their kids, and then Luke was married to Mira Jade, and they had kids. So it was excellent. It goes on. There was, I think even in that, some of that Chewbacca dies. That was a really touching moment. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
But it's not.
They're
real
20-year-old books, so it's okay.
It's not real now. It's just a legend, as they call it now.
What could have been.
It could have been.
Well, and there was that whole new Jedi Order dealt with another species, another force coming from outside the galaxy. They'd crossed, the outer rim and they were coming in to attack the galaxy. So, yeah, it's awesome, man. I really enjoy it. So that's something that I really liked and I got a lot out of.
Yeah, I've got to see if I can pick up some of those books. I've never always been a big reader because I don't like reading. I get bored. It's ADD. If I'm not into the book, I just get out it.
It's good. It's something I can do. I like it. I enjoy it. And some of those I would just devour in a day because they were such a good story and it was just amazing. The only problem I had with it with the books in the expanded universe was that Luke got like really, really, really powerful. He got to be like the super Jedi, and he was like pulling ships out of hyperspace and stuff. It got a little crazy even for space wizards. So,
what did Luke do? Luke pulled 10,000 rabbits from another galaxy, and
it was just ridiculous. It was crazy stuff. So like, oh, Luke pulled this guy's soul out. It's
wow.
Yeah. But
Jesus.
It was really a good thing. It was really fun to read and fun to do. So I enjoyed that. Some other things that I really liked. I really dig the games that came along with Star Wars. My favorite being Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay. I've what did I play a lot? I played a lot of Force Unleashed.
See, that was kind of more story to be told.
Yeah.
So that was I really like that. I like the way that it went. That I like the overdone force powers.
Mm-hmm.
It was like instead of just the force push, like shoving a guy a little ways, he's like getting hit with a cannonball. It was awesome.
Yeah, and I wish they could have completed the series. Because after 2, they left it open. I think the third one was in development, but it got canceled or something like that after the whole.
2 didn't do very well, and then when Lucasfilm or LucasArts got sold, I think it all just kind of went, got put in development hell,
Yeah, now on for the garbage disposal since that's not even canon anymore.
I think the games are. I think the games are still considered canon.
Okay.
It was the books and the comics that all got decanonized. I don't know what the word is for that.
But I think Force Unleashed has had like Force. The Force Unleashed has got my favorite or my friend's favorite gaming outburst when you're doing that whole fight in the Jedi library. And I yelled, "Stop it, you shape-shifting bitch!"
That's a good one. That's a good swear, sir. Chicagoans are very good at that.
Out loud in the middle of the living room.
Yeah, did you hear that one too, Jody?
I heard Alex laughing.
So, back in the day, gamer. He's in the chat right now.
He just shouted, "Stop it, you shape-shifting bitch!" at the TV.
All right. So, and he said in the chat today, he bought Super Empire Strikes Back, which is a really, really hard game. But all the Super Star Wars series are excellent. They're just really, really hard.
I currently only have Super Star Wars, which I got that for I think Christmas, many years ago.
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago. Came to my house.
Knights of the Old Republic, though, still it's my favorite. It's everything that Star Wars is about, wrapped up in a really, really cool story. You get it's actually set, before any of the new or any of the stuff we've seen in movies. So yeah, it's you get to see some of the Sith, when they were in greater numbers. You get to see the Jedi were in greater numbers. So it's cool. You get to meet like the first that I ever encountered, like a gray Jedi, a guy that just has the Force and he's in the middle of the road. So that's So that was really cool.
I think I got that game when I got that Steam bundle of all the Star Wars games.
Oh yeah. Today, if you're into digital games, you can go to Steam. All the Star Wars games are a Star Wars bundle or something. Maybe it's on Humble Bundle. I don't know. Anyway, somewhere, Google it. It's 77% off because it came out in 1977, obviously. So
yeah, so it's I haven't really played all those games yet. I haven't had time so far, but after next week, I may have some time to go dive into those games and have fun with them.
And yeah, once you get out, once class stops for a little bit, you need to. I think you should take the time, especially Knights of the Old Republic. It's so good. Knights of the Old Republic 2 is very good. Another one that's completely different than that is Rogue Squadron.
Okay, yeah,
I love Rogue Squadron. I like flying the different jets or planes or spaceships, whatever you want to call them.
I had that for my Windows 98 computer way back in the day on the CD-ROM. And I was playing that, like, oh, I forgot about this game. I'm looking at the graphics. I'm like, wow, these don't hold up.
Well, I think any of the early 3D stuff, like Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Saturn, it all looks like trash.
Yeah, but Rogue Squadron, that looks like some of those 3D games hold up pretty well. That Rogue Squadron, that's like, oh god, this is really
the remastered one that came with that bundle.
Is it remastered?
Well, yeah, it was in that bundle you bought, a Star Wars bundle for Steam. It's really good. It's definitely an update on it. So check that out.
I would check that one out.
So I mean, there's lots of different stuff in the Star Wars universe, I guess. I don't know if it touched on music. I know there was a couple of records back in the day because they did records for everything, and I'm sure there were some tapes.
Yeah, but I've got the soundtrack on vinyl.
That's awesome.
The original Star Wars.
That is awesome.
John Williams.
There's so much, man, so much out there as far as the expanded universe, and so that's a franchise that people have really, or that I guess LucasArts really did right, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Lucasfilm, LucasArts, whatever. Even the Dark Horse comics were good. It's excellent. Now, what I kind of want to talk about tonight, this kind of leads us into our next subject. What's some other franchises that you might wanted to see more? Wanted to have seen more of? They may be dead. They may be in development hell or whatever else. Something that you need more of.
One movie, I want to see another, like it's another sequel of, I'm an 80s, 90s kid, I want Short Circuit 3.
Was there still more story to be told with Johnny Five?
There's always more story to be told. Come on. Yeah, Fisher Stevens actually revealed, like, hey, I wasn't really Indian. I was just pretending to be Indian.
Hey, these are lips. Your mother was a stone.
I was looking at that was like in the top 10 movie insults.
It was great. It is great.
You need to have
That's
that
up there with your,
tattoo, man.
your mother was a hamster and your father smells of elderberries.
Yeah, but I use that insult all the time to people. People are like, what are you talking about?
Well, okay. So Short Circuit 3, obviously, what would you want the plot for Short Circuit 3 to be?
You got to bring back Steve Guttenberg and Ali Sheedy in it.
Okay.
You got to have them back in there, and they're, he's got to have this thing. He's got to go back to his fighting ways and think if he wants to do that, go fight the terrorists.
Fight the terrorists. Steve Guttenberg versus ISIS.
Yes.
That's what the world needs.
And Ali Sheedy driving a tank.
Of course. Goes without saying. Something that I want to see, and this has been touched on by, I guess, other folks, and because I want to see more Indiana Jones. I love Indiana Jones. Now, here's my little spin on it. Harrison Ford's old. He's what, 65 now? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he may be 70. I don't know. He may be 110. I don't know. I can't gauge people. But it's going to be hard for him to get a bullwhip and swing from whatever and punch Nazis.
Yeah.
It doesn't last forever. But I think there's a lot more adventures for Indiana Jones to go on. Mm-hmm. Here's my thoughts. This is just Jason's thoughts from our parents' basement. This does not matter or mean anything. I think Indiana Jones should be like James Bond. We do 2 or 3, 4 movies, we get a new Indiana Jones. Just like they do, they like when people, I think people think, maybe I'm wrong, Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is Harrison Ford. There's no way anybody else could do that. And I'm kind of cool with that. But at the same time, back in the 70s, everybody thought nobody could be James Bond but Sean Connery. And we've had some decent James Bonds. I mean, not everybody's a fan of Roger Moore. I didn't mind him. I thought Pierce Brosnan did good. Yeah. I think Daniel Craig is excellent.
Oh, yeah.
I think he is an excellent James Bond. So I think myself, Jason, this does not reflect the opinion of our parents' basement or anybody else. I think we could give Indiana Jones that treatment.
Yeah.
I don't want to see The Rock be Indiana Jones. I don't want that.
Fuck no.
No. Now let's back up. I do like The Rock. I will, or Dwayne Johnson. I like him. He seems like a really likable guy. He doesn't have a super punchable face like some people that like. I think Vin Diesel has a very punchable face. I don't know. I don't want him to be Indiana Jones either.
Yeah. God. But, who would be a good Indiana Jones for the next one?
I think the dude that's Thor would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
What's his brother's name? He would be a good one too. I mean, there's a lot of like young, good-looking dudes that could be a 30-year-old adventurer.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of they in like the Last Crusade, they went back and did a whole thing of when River Phoenix was the young Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
They had a TV series that was the young Indiana Jones. There was a kid and there was a teenager. So Indiana Jones, the character, has been on a whole slew of adventures.
Mm-hmm.
So let's show some more of those adventures. It doesn't always have to be the same cat. Now, I don't really know. I don't keep up with who's hot in Hollywood and who's up and comer or whatever else. I just watch Marvel movies is about all I watch that's new. So, but there you go. Chris Pratt could be Indiana Jones. I could see that.
That'd be good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, give the dude a leather, or give any of these guys a leather jacket, a fedora, and a bullwhip, and we're in business.
Isn't there supposed to be another Indiana Jones movie that's currently in development right now? Or
we're working on one, and I don't think old Shia LaBeouf is going to, LaBeouf, however you say his name, I don't think it's going to be back for it. So
he's out being crazy right now.
That's fine. He can do his thing, man. He made his money. He can go be as nuts as he wants to. Mm-hmm. But I'm okay with Harrison Ford as long as he plays like an old dude. Like when Rocky did Creed, or Sylvester Stallone did Creed, and he played Rocky, he wasn't in there trying to win. It was okay. He's like, I'm too old. I'm too old to fight. Yo, Adrian, you're dead. Sorry. Anyways, we couple good coconuts. Anyways, they made the character age, and as long as Indiana Jones he doesn't have to pass the torch to anybody. As long as it's more of a mystery than action, maybe you can make it work. Because I don't want dude to break a hip.
Yeah.
And I want it to be believable, because I say believable very loosely, as long as it's not just outrageous. I think you could do it. I think we could put any of these young dudes in there, not any of them, but we could find the right guy and we could make a good movie. So
yeah. Now continue on during the timeline, or it'd be back in 1940s, 1930s.
No, I don't know about the new one, but I think all of them. He needs to be fighting Nazis in all of them. That just
all right. The commies.
Yeah. Well, you could go on and have like now, Indiana Jones is old. Obviously, he's going to be 70 years old or whatever. It'll probably be 75 by the time it comes out. Let's have him fighting the commies.
Yeah, that's what
it could be in the 60s or 70s or 80s. Well, 60s or 70s, 80s might be pushing it. But.
Yeah. Because if he's like 30 something in 1938, so by 80s, he'll probably be in his 70s and the 80s.
Yeah, so let's back it up and let's put it in the 70s. And yeah, we could have, early 70s have a fight with those commie bastards. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah,
I think that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
But it's going to have to be more of a mystery and him figuring things out, and less maybe more fighting against traps and stuff like that, like he did at like Temple of Doom, instead of hand-to-hand bullwhipping and punching and stuff. It's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
And that's just one franchise that I personally adore, and I would like to see more of. I wish they would have done a good Indiana Jones game, because it never really happened. There was a on the Scum engine, like Maniac Mansion. There was a LucasArts. They did a Last Crusade in the early 90s, I believe. That was fantastic. It was like a point and click type adventure. It was built on the same engine as Maniac Mansion.
Okay.
It was great. It was fantastic. If I could ever find it again, I'd love to play it. But it's yeah, there you go. That's the only good one I can think of.
I had Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom for NES.
That was bad.
Yes. Have you passed it?
No, I haven't. I tried. I tried that.
I've come close. Come so close. But
now the arcade game's not terrible. I believe it's do you have the Tengen version? I guess it's the black cartridge.
I have the gray cartridge, what's it, Mindscape version.
Okay, so that's Last Crusade, and then there's that Temple.
That's Temple of Doom.
Oh, Temple of Doom. Okay. Well, there's two Last Crusades. There's an Ubisoft and a Mindscape one.
Okay.
The Tengen NES game is based on the arcade, and it's not terrible. You're trying to go around and save all the little Indian children. And palace. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. The arcade game, they have it up there at Arcadia in Fayetteville that I go to every now and then. It's actually pretty fun. Do they have that one at the Ghost?
They probably do.
You should look. You should try it. If you see it, try it out. It's actually pretty fun. So, they did have, they had a bunch of games, and very few of them were very good. All the NES ones are trash. They had Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine, Staff of Kings. It was the Fate of Atlantis was one of them. I played the Infernal Machine because it was for N64, and the only way you could get that was either at Blockbuster or order it from LucasArts, and I ordered it from LucasArts back in the day, and for some reason it's not as sought after as Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut, but it should be just as rare in my opinion. Because it never was in stores. It was a Blockbuster or Lucasfilm exclusive. So I bought it, and it was $70 too. And it wasn't fun, which sucks. I really wanted it to be good because I really love Indiana Jones, and it was bad.
Well,
but
$70.
Is there anything else, like any other movie franchises you might like to see?
I always like to see, there's always more James Bond movies coming out.
Oh yeah, and they really hit the nail on the head with Daniel Craig. I think he said he's going board for maybe one more. And
That's what I hear.
But I think he agreed to one more. And that dude, to me, he is James Bond. He is way, way more James Bondy than any of them because he really seems like he could kill somebody. Like Pierce Brosnan, he had like the dapper part of it down, but I couldn't really buy him as like a legit badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who else was? What other movies are there I want to see more of? I always keep hearing, Tucker and Dale versus Evo 2.
Yes.
I saw that on Netflix. Did it ever come out anywhere but Netflix?
I got it on VHS, DVD.
I vaguely remember it because I just remember it being dumb.
It is hilarious.
It's funny. It's self-aware. I mean, it's not just dumb.
They're just having fun making this movie. They're being serious but not being serious.
Right. They're having fun and it shows.
Yeah. So, and I think its second one is supposed to be in development, but I don't know. It's been in development for the last 4 or 5 years, something like that.
That may qualify as development hell.
Yeah, but Alan Tudyk, he's got a lot of other things that he's been working on. Like Star Wars.
Like that Star Wars.
These little things.
Which would be another thing I want to see more Firefly.
Yes.
More Firefly.
Yes.
I never saw that. The best way, and I may be wrong, but the best way anybody explained that one to me was it was a wagon train in space.
Pretty much wagon train in space is...
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
There's a guy that used to work with me that loved it. He thought it was the greatest thing ever, and he was on me. He's like, "You need to watch Firefly. You need to watch Firefly."
It's easy to watch the whole series. You could do it in a day. There's only 12 episodes. Then you can watch it.
Does it even qualify as a series?
Well, it's one season.
Yeah, I mean, that's like almost a mini series.
Yeah, Fox canned it. They had no idea what they were doing with it.
Well, I think it was one of those that it didn't really find a following until it was out on DVD and people bought the season of it and like, wow, this is amazing.
Well, it's funny. All the fans they took out an ad in Variety, a full page ad, to tell Fox not to cancel it.
Well, that worked.
No, yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of stuff like that, and was that during the writer's strike? Would that have been about when that happened?
Fox killed it from
I don't think that's when it came. When was the writer's strike?
During the second or third season of Heroes.
When Captain Hammer came out.
Firefly came out. When was that? 2002.
Oh, that would have been before the writer's strike.
Yeah, that's way before it. Yeah.
So
as soon as you're talking about Firefly, look what came out.
It's got such a following, man. I don't know how it's.
2 by 2 Hands of Blue.
Done more.
Yeah, you should watch it. If you got none of you guys have ever watched Firefly, you guys check it out. Watch it. It's fun.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't have time to watch Firefly because I started off watching another series. Started from the beginning trying to get done before the next season starts. Is Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is the best TV show in the history of TV. Just write it down. It is the best. We've got 6 seasons down. They're going to do 7 and 8. 7 starts this summer. I think like July 19th or something like that. I want more of that. Now, the reason I say I want more of it on a show that's still running is that they've got 7 episodes for season 7 and 6 episodes for season 8, and then it's done. There's room for movies. There's room for spin-off series. There's room for books. Well, I mean, obviously, it is a book series. I mean, it's a song of ice and fire, but there's a fire and ice song. I think it's ice and fire. Anyways, somebody will correct me. Actually, it's but I think it's ice and fire. So, I mean, it is a series of books, and there's a few other like prequel type books, like Tale of Duncan and Egg, or whatever that was called. I haven't read the books, but I think there's room for a lot of an expanded universe there. A lot of tales that are going on while maybe things that were referenced in the books and in the show that happened before, or things that are going on parallel to what's the main characters there. I think it's a cool universe. I like the medieval swords and whatever horses type thing, and then we get some dragons mixed in, and they've got a little bit of magic dabbled in there. It's cool, and it's just nerdy enough, but it's badass enough that everybody. It's one of those things that everybody likes.
I have not seen Game of Thrones yet. I'm not
You're
ready.
missing out, sir.
We're totally missing out as we're sitting there going on and on. And
I know
on
there's
about
like
Firefly.
boobs that they show off, and then there's blood and boobs and shit in there also,
There's blood and boobs and shit. Yup.
which is what everyone needs.
Well, it gets that rap that there is a lot. I mean, it's kind of graphic, but that's not all it is. It's not just for shock value. It is a really good story being told, and it's just like political intrigue and everybody stabbing each other in the back, and literally and figuratively. It's fantastic, man. It's just best show hands down ever.
Oh, talk about nerdy thing. The guy who writes the books, he does all his word processing on a WordPerfect on a DOS computer from like 1994.
And George R. R. Martin does.
Yep.
That does not shock me at all.
Smart dude.
He looks like a miniature version. It's like if the Pillsbury Doughboy and Captain D from the fish chain had a baby, that's what it would look like. It would be George R. R. Martin.
Captain D, the fish chain?
You ever heard of Captain D's?
No.
Is that not something? I don't have Captain D's?
We have Long John Silver's.
Well, we have Long John Silver's too, but wow, I didn't know Captain D's was a Southern thing. Anyways, well, there you go. You don't get the reference. He's a sailor. Maybe the Gordon's fisherman.
Okay.
That's another sailor dude. Like him and the Pillsbury Doughboy had a baby. That'd be pretty close.
That'd be an interesting video to watch on the internet.
It's out there.
Videos on the internet.
What rule is that now?
Rule 34.
If you can think of it, it exists.
There you go. There's a porn version of it. All right. Another thing, of course, obviously, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I always want more. Guardians came out today / tomorrow. I think they backed it up. They didn't do midnight showings. They're backing it up to like the 7 o'clock showings everywhere for Guardians of the Galaxy. So all the Marvel movies are good. We need more. And here's one that I found out that they've got 4 more movies in production already. Is Avatar. Did you ever watch Avatar?
I just watched it the first time for my film class.
What did you think? Like, honest opinion.
It's long.
It is long.
I don't know. We didn't get to finish it. The full class.
All right. That's one of the first movies that, well, it was like the first movie shot in 3D, I think.
Yeah,
so
it's all.
It had that
motion
gimmick,
capture, right?
Oh, yes and no.
Okay.
Not all the Na'vi, all the the blue space monkeys, cat monkey people. They were all obviously. See, there wasn't any practical effects or anything on that. No, and I think the whole world of Pandora was whatever. It was all CG, but it was. I saw it in the theater multiple times just because I liked it that much, and it was that cool of an experience. I saw it in regular screen, saw it in IMAX, saw it in 2D, saw it in 3D. It was excellent. There's in 2020, 2021, I think then 23, and then 25. I think there's supposed to be. I think that's right. It may not be right, but there's supposed to be 4 more movies being made. James Cameron,
Fucking
they're
Christ.
shoot 18 months straight. All the scripts are written, dude, and apparently it's going to happen because later this month they're opening up the World of Pandora at Disney World. They added a part to the Animal Kingdom theme park that is just based on Avatar. So apparently they're expecting it to be huge. I mean, yes, it was the highest grossing film at the time. It's probably been passed by now, but it's going to hopefully be huge again. I mean, Disney's banking on it being huge, and I didn't even know that they were part of the part of it being made.
Yeah, Disney is starting to acquire everything.
Well, did you see the other day that Apple was was considering making a move to buy Disney?
I was about to say that. I'm like, oh great. Now Disney's gonna suck once Apple buys it. They're gonna be like planned obsolescence. Mickey's gonna die all of a sudden and has to replace him with like
Chuck E. Cheese.
Mickey, yeah, Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh my God, Mickey's gonna turn into the rat from Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
it's that's a big fear. I hope they don't, because I like the way that Disney's handling like the Marvel universe. I like the way they're doing the Star Wars movies. I like the way they're. I'm a huge fan of like the theme parks, and I just don't want anybody else dabbling in it. I like Disney running things. They're more than the mouse, dude. They're like everything that you like. They're ESPN. They're Marvel movies. They're me.
They're ABC.
Yeah, they're ABC, and just about everything that I like is gonna be owned by Disney. So if you got sports and comic books, Disney's got you. So,
Yep.
But there's gonna be more Avatar movies, and I'm looking forward to that. I wish there would be. I think there's a world there that you could make games and everything else for. So, yeah, Avatar. That's one that I would like to see.
Nice.
You got anything else or on that front?
I've got one I don't want to see any more of.
What's that?
The Fast and the Furious franchise.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
That's
quit
gotta
watching it after
end.
2. I watched the one with Ludacris, and that was when I quit. Was Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
So
Michelle Rodriguez is nice and all, but don't do any more Fast and Furious movies, please.
I really thought you were going to say Spider-Man, and I was going to say it's blasphemy, because they have made a bunch of Spider-Man movies, but I think they're finally going to get it really, really right.
They keep changing who Spider-Man is.
Well, it's okay now because Marvel and Disney have it, and we've got a kid playing Spider-Man, and he's going to actually be in high school, not a 30-year-old James Garfield that was a horrible Spider-Man.
Well, I just got a contract offer for to be the next Spider-Man in a movie that they're going to release it in 2025. So,
well, congratulations for one. Yeah, you can fund this podcast if you want. You can sponsor us.
I will do that.
Nikon, Charles, damn it.
As Peter Parker.
Kind of along those same lines, and I bought a comic book recently, and I don't buy a whole lot of comic books. I'm not a super comic book dude, but I bought one called Figment. It's based on, there's a whole series called Disney Kingdoms that are based on different attractions in Disney World. And there's a little known, like a cult following type deal of a little dinosaur named Figment, and this guy called Dreamfinder that was on the Journey to Imagination attraction at Epcot.
Okay.
So anyways, they made a comic book about it, and it's a really cool story of how they came to be. The dude's an inventor, and he comes up with a contraption that can manifest your thoughts pretty much. And he uses that to become the Dreamfinder. It's a really cool story, and I would like to see maybe into like a cartoon or something. But my point is, here's my point in all this. I got this Figment's what made me think about it, but that's not the main key here. In the early 2000s, they started doing Pirates of the Caribbean, which was a huge, huge hit. Excellent movie. They're even coming out with one this summer, I think. Number 5's coming out this summer. They did Pirates of the Caribbean. They did Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy. It was dumb, but they're supposed to be making another Haunted Mansion movie. They're supposed to be doing, The Rock announced the other day that we were talking about The Rock earlier. Dwayne Johnson's going to be doing a Jungle Cruise movie. That's another Disney attraction. I'm okay with this. I like it. I like seeing these Disney attractions be made into movies. I want to see a Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I want to see a Space Mountain type movie franchise. There was rumors that Jon Favreau, the guy that directed Iron Man, he was going to do a movie based inside one of the Disney parks. I don't know if it was Disneyland or Disney World or what, but the premise was, and this is just from memory, and it may have been something I read, maybe it's something I dreamed up. it was like a fantasy that he had. Somebody got locked in the park at night, and the world kind of came to life. And with all the dangers and the adventure and all that comes along with it, I want to see that. That sounds like a really, really cool idea. Once again, like I'm a big Disney nerd and I really enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to. I wish that would actually come to fruition. I wish that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just some of the kind of silly ideas that I have for franchises I'd like to see more of. And another one that is on my list that I didn't mention yet is I'd like to see them redo Blade. I love the first Blade movie, so we need some movies like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that are Blade because he's a cool character.
Who would play Blade this time?
I don't hate Wesley Snipes doing it again. I thought it was awesome.
He needs some money. He did have his own taxes.
He's got to pay his taxes, so he's available. I don't know who what black dude would you give a flat top and let him just turn him loose? There's not like any real like action hero black dudes right now
that are young in Hollywood now.
That are young.
That I could.
We can't get Morgan Freeman to do it, and we can't get Denzel Washington to do it.
Yeah.
So
Samuel L. Jackson, or is he getting?
He can't do it. He's too old. So we need. I'm sure there's the dude that's Black Panther, in the Marvel movies. He would be really good at it, but because he's cool, but he's already Black Panther, so we can't have that.
What's that kid's name? Why am I drawing the guy who plays Finn?
Oh yeah,
Star Wars.
He would be good.
Yeah.
Oh, like Ice-T?
Boyag, something like that.
Yeah,
so there's a
Boyega.
Yeah.
There you go.
Boyega, is that it?
Yeah.
I thought it was too close to being bodega, so I didn't want to say it.
I don't know. He's a Brit. He'll be proper about it.
I mean, but like Wesley Snipes had that martial arts background. He could sling that sword around. He could kick dudes in the mouth. I thought it was cool. I'd like to see some more of it. Now, kind of along those same lines, what kind of game franchises that maybe lost in the past, maybe some things that you would like to see brought back, see more of?
Probably a remaster of Star Tropics.
Yes, that would be a cool one to bring back. All right,
bring it back.
Yeah, just a retelling of that game because it was really underrated, and I think if you brought it back, I think people would really enjoy it. One of the ones that, of course, it's the obvious ones. People that are really crying for is like Metroid. I think it would be excellent to see another Metroid game. I want a 2D Metroid. It doesn't have to be Prime. I didn't really care for Prime.
Yeah,
we didn't get one for the Wii U. We didn't get we had that Galactic whatever thing they had for 3DS.
Okay.
So, yeah. So a new Metroid game, that's another one I'd like to see more of. One that's been gone for a long time that I want to see brought back, and I may be the only person on the planet, is Excite Bike.
Yes.
I like the original Excite Bike. It's pretty shallow, but it's cool at the same time. And Excite Bike 64 I played it more or as much as any other game on the Nintendo 64. So I'd like to see some more of that.
Some versus Excite Bike would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, I think a good dirt bike game on the Switch, even if it's download only. I don't prefer download only. I like physical. I'd like a full-fledged game, but just a good dirt bike racing game, I think would be excellent. Plus, that it had all the different tricks and stuff you could do in Excite Bike 64, and Can and Superman, and all those that the announcer would say, and it was a fun game, and it was really well done in my opinion, as far as dirt track games go. So that's one I'd definitely like to see again. And then there's like the usual suspects. I want to see that Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming this fall. I will buy that, and I've already told my girlfriend that she will be a Red Dead Redemption widow. I'll disappear for a while, and you just won't see me because I'm going to be playing a cowboy game that I'm on. Yeah, I want to be a cowboy. by Kid Rock. Baby.
I want to be a cowboy, and you can be my cowgirl.
Well, I don't know about that, but and then there's like I said, the usual suspects. Earthbound. Everybody wants more Earthbound. Maybe not. I want to see more Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger. We got Chrono Cross for the PS1, but it wasn't Chrono Trigger. I want to see maybe more Adventures of Chrono. Maybe even give it like the Final Fantasy treatment, where you just kind of same type of game, same style of game, but different story, different characters. We can even have Chrono call the main character Chrono, and he just doesn't know anything about the other games. I love that game so much. I just want more of it. Charles, or anything that you?
Probably some more like Fatal Frame. Bring that back.
Wasn't there a Fatal Frame 5 that was for the Wii U that was download only?
I think there's a Fatal Frame. Yeah, look at it. Was Fatal Frame made him back? More Fatal Frame would be fun.
I never played any of those, but it seems like the Switch or the Wii U. The Wii U was perfect for it because you had the control. You had a screen going on up here, and then you had whatever was on down for your camera on the pad. So maybe you could work something like that with the Switch, where it was like you're looking through a camera in a first person perspective. Maybe I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. They missed the boat. They should have had a Wii U one. That should have happened because it was perfect.
Yeah, I'm trying to what other games I want to see more of.
Seeing Luigi's Mansion. I think that needs to be a bigger series. It's the GameCube game was excellent. The 3DS game was excellent. Let's do it again. Let's do it bigger. Let's do it crazier. Let's pull more ghosts out of the shower. Give me a Switch version of Luigi's Mansion. Now, I kind of have right now, all I've played is my Switch. I haven't hardly touched my PS4 lately or my PC. So everything I could think of was like, yeah, like old Nintendo. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on everything. I don't know. Obviously, I'd like to see more Castlevania. There's a Castlevania cartoon coming out, or animated series on Netflix that's supposed to happen sometime this year. I think it's supposed to be in the fall. So that'll be awesome. That'll be a cool franchise to breathe some life into. Maybe if there's a good animated series, we can get a good game.
Yeah.
Or at least I wouldn't care if they remade Symphony of the Night and just let me get that somewhere. Because I never played Symphony of the Night, and it's supposed to be like the best one in the series.
Yeah. What would be cool? I was just thinking this. Have a game where you can have Mario and Sonic in it. It's going like, a mix between Mario World and the Sonic the Hedgehog game. That would be interesting.
Well, I mean, it would be.
Have Mario has to run Sonic levels, and Sonic has to run Mario levels, and like Super Mario World meets one of the Sonic games.
I like you get those hacks and those mashups on the internet, and they're pretty interesting. So I mean, you got a real developer, and I say real developer. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody that works on those because they do amazing things, but somebody that was their full-time job was to develop a game that might be pretty interesting.
That'd be awesome.
I'd like to see, and this is once again, I'm stuck in this Nintendo mode. More maker games, more like they did the Mario Maker.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a Zelda Maker. Let's do a Metroid Maker. Metroid, I think, would be really fun because you could build like the
whole ship,
vertical and horizontal levels.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be interesting. Anyhow,
I'd hate to see what people make for that Metroid Maker game.
Yeah, it would be insane because the Mario Maker stuff. I think maybe Mario Maker worked because it was in such small doses. I guess now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, Metroid would be fun to make. It would be fun for me to sit down and build one for me, but downloading somebody else's might be just hell.
You're like, what the fuck was this person thinking? God damn!
Yeah, these people are sadistic.
I always said Mario Maker. If you do something it's playable, you get the moves right. You can do it. It's that repetition, but Metroid, it's more, knowing which pattern to go through in to complete the game.
Right, and all the invisible blocks or where you could break stuff with bombs and things. Yeah, they could get pretty sadistic with that. So that scratch that. It may have been a horrible idea.
Do it, Nintendo. Do it.
But
Because, of course,
I
Nintendo
think
listens to us.
more things like that, more maker type games. Any of these platformers, just about any of them, you could. I mean, there could be a Sonic Maker style game.
That'll be fun.
That would be hard for me because I think there's people that like Sonic and then there's people that hate Sonic, and I'm kind of in the hate because all you did was go wide open, and you just had to get to the end, and it seemed like it was pretty easy, in my opinion, to get to the end. Other than the water levels, I hated the water levels.
Yeah, some of those got a little difficult.
So I mean that's some things that I've been looking for, things that I would like to see more of, franchises that have kind of died, franchises that need to come back, in my opinion. So there you go.
Awesome.
Well, we're getting about close to time there, Charles. Is there anything else you would like to add, sir?
That's about all I can think of at this moment right now. Sorry, my video is frozen on my side, but
You're fine. Just keep talking. They can hear you.
good.
Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a bow on this one, and I want to thank all y'all for joining us tonight. We are one man down. It's not the same show that it always is, but we had a good time anyhow.
Yes.
So, if you want more of this, you can look right over there. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, look right over there, and there's we're on 55, so there's 54 other videos over there. Check those out. Enjoy hours of Our Parents' Basement. If you listen to the audio only version of this podcast, that's where the good stuff is. That's where the real stuff comes from. You can just slide us in your pocket and take us with you. You can plug us in the car and go for a road trip. You could drive cross country at this point without hearing the same episode of Our Parents' Basement twice.
You could.
That could happen. So you can download us anywhere you can download your podcast: iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Yakety Schmackety, just wherever you can get them. So there's that. If you want to interact with us, we'd love it. If you're not live and want to do the chat with us, which a lot of people have been doing tonight, which is really awesome, I want you to hit us up on Twitter at OPB Podcast on Twitter, Facebook.com/OPB Podcast, and that's for Our Parents' Basement, OPB. You can send us an email, opbpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from y'all. We're live every Thursday at 8:30 with the whole crew or not. We'll be there.
Yes.
So
we're always here to entertain you guys.
Yeah, we are. If y'all have like a tenth of the fun of listening to the show that we have making it, that's all that matters, man. So that being said, I want to take just a brief second to say, may the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Deuces.